Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing fine tonight with the whole time change. And we can see little signs of spring happening. So I don't know about you, but I'm so pumped for spring to be here and to be offering you a spring detox. This is ideally when we should be detoxing in the spring and in the fall. So I'm just gonna hop right into it and let you know what this is all about. So I am basically looking for individuals who are suffering from the following, who perhaps get bloating after you eat. Maybe you got a little bit addicted to sugar after the holidays, and that addiction has been lingering into the month of March. Perhaps you've been gaining weight steadily in your belly area. Hi, Julia. Thanks for joining. Perhaps you got these 5 to 10 extra pounds that just won't come off, and you've been dieting and exercising, and they're just remaining in your body. Maybe there's some migraines happening, some headaches. You're feeling gassy. You got that burp happening while you're eating, if not after you're eating. You're craving certain foods. You got some lingering anxiety. Hands up if you got anxiety. I'm pretty sure a lot of us do. But anyways, going on with the list, maybe you've got some foggy brain happening. Springtime soon, so allergies, springtime allergies, hay fever, that kind of stuff. Muscle pain, muscle joints or joint achiness, anything of that sort. Maybe you're addicted to certain foods that you need to have, those cookies after dinner. And overall, you're just feeling a little bit anxious or nervous or pretty much cranky. So I'm looking for people who are suffering from one or a few of those things, or maybe all of them. I really don't know, but I just want to say that my 2-week detox can have you feeling like you're actually having a restful sleep. It can decrease cravings for certain foods that you're having, shedding extra weight effortlessly. I've had participants, they've lost anywhere from 6 to 10 pounds in the 2-week detox, which would be a 14-day detox. And then most importantly, having the energy you need to make it through your busy workday. So I'm just going to quickly hop into the format. So it's kind of a neat way that we've set it up. The phase one of the detox is it's like a slow ease into it, where basically you're making a commitment, you're setting your intentions, you're shopping, meaning grocery shopping, you're taking a look at the 54-page manual and looking at all the recipes that you kind of fancy. And then you're recording any of those ingredients that you need to go and pop out to the grocery store and get. But I must say, some of the ingredients you'll have at home because it is a whole foods detox. There might be a few, like, I'm just going to throw it out there, like coconut yogurt that you may not have kicking around at home. So that might be something that you have to go and get at the grocery store. But the first 2 days are an opportunity for you to just really ease into it, emotionally, mentally, and physically. You are at this point weaning some caffeine. If you are a coffee or tea drinker, you're weaning the caffeine out of your system, which I would give you some tips and tricks on how to do that. You're hitting up the grocery store. You're doing a little bit of meal prep here too, right? So you're setting yourself up for success. You are hopping on the scale. Hopefully you have one at home. You're recording your weight and your pant size. And I will say I'm not a big person on weighing yourself, but I just like to use that as a benchmark as to where you started. I'm not a big fan of asking you guys to weigh yourself every day. That's not something that I'm going to ask you to do. I just would like you to weigh yourself from the very beginning so that we can see where you're at. and taking a photo of yourself, like a full-length photo, front and back, and you can have your partner do that or a friend or whoever. And then I'd love for you to take a photo of your face, because detoxing has a way of making us glow from the inside out. So it'd just be something really cool to take a look at from day 1 to day 14. So the phase 2 of the detox is basically you're just following everything that I tell you to do for 7 days straight. I would advise you against very limited exercise. Of course, you can do some walking, some light exercise, but at this point in time, it's all about rest and restoration. You can do maybe some, light yoga. I'm not going to advise you to do CrossFit or crazy, hot yoga or anything of that nature. Hey, Ann, how are you? Thank you for joining. So it's all about rest and relaxation at this point in time, getting oodles amounts of water. I'm going to be having you have let me see here, some sort of a container of water near you all the time. And then, of course, we're going to take a look at sleep. So getting to bed at an adequate time. Hopefully we can get to bed by 10:30, at the very latest 11 o'clock. Phase 3 of the detox is basically all about reintroduction of, I call them the big 3. So we're reintroducing the offending foods such as gluten, dairy, and then we would choose between either eggs or caffeine, which seem to be I'm going to say, I guess it's 4 of the offending foods. So we would reintroduce definitely the gluten for the first 2 days, see how you feel. Gluten can take actually up to 72 hours for you to have a reaction. So we're just really zoning in on how are you feeling after you're eating this gluten? Are you getting a weird rash on the back of your arms? Are you breaking out? Are you feeling foggy, gas, bloating? Maybe you get constipated. I don't know. It's different for everybody. So really, really paying attention to how you feel. And if you feel okay, which I will say on an underlying note, most of us are sensitive to gluten, and it could be just what they're spraying on it. The jury's still out on it. But if you have read, I think it's called Brain, they do talk about how our wheat is just like completely different from what it was back in the day, and it's our body is just like not really recognizing what it is, foreign some substance in the body, and it just doesn't really know what to do with it. And then on top of that, they're spraying Roundup on it, so that the pesticides aren't good for our bodies, obviously. But that's a whole other Facebook Live. Anyways, so after the 2 days of reintroducing gluten, we'll see how you feel. If you feel okay, then we would move on to dairy. And then, you're having like a piece of cheese, maybe a little bit of milk in your coffee, maybe not in your coffee, but in your Tea-Chino or in your Dandy Blend. So at every meal, you're having a bit of dairy, seeing how you feel. If you feel okay, then we move on to, let's go with eggs. We'll have the eggs, maybe a hard-boiled egg for lunch, so you could throw in some scrambled eggs for dinner. I always have eggs for dinner just because they're quick and easy. So that's how that would look like. So those are the 3 phases for the 2 weeks, and I just wanted to quickly go over the things that you'll be getting. You'll be getting a 54-page manual with recipes, grocery lists, a 14-day meal plan with recipes, again, that I've added to the actual 54-page manual, and these are just recipes that are they're kind of AIP, autoimmune protocol style, where they're, grain-free and nightshade-free. And there's a hunger check-in journal as well as 14 Facebook Lives from me. So every day I'm checking in with you, seeing how you're feeling. If you got questions, email me. We have a private Facebook page. If it's not emailing, maybe it's just messaging me on Messenger. I am available, though, if you do have questions and you're in the grocery store. I get a lot of those. Is this okay? Can I eat this? Which is completely fine, because I get it, because it's a new style of eating. And then, of course, lastly, I just want to quickly go over, there's a mindset component. So asking yourself, what are you wanting to accomplish from this detox? If you don't have a why, if you don't have a purpose as to why you're doing something, there isn't going to be any follow through, in my opinion. So zoning into the feeling, visualizing how you want to feel, how you want to look. Most of the time, those kind of go hand in hand. Where you'd like to be in this 2 weeks time, maybe it's a number on the scale. Some people say, you know, I want to lose 5 pounds, I want to lose 10 pounds. And then this question is kind of cool. What would become possible if? So what would become possible if you actually completed this detox? I know a lot of us sign up for stuff online. There's oodles of programs that you can sign up for. Seems to be the way that things are going these days with the health and wellness world. So what would happen if you actually follow through with this program after 14 days and you get some solid results? So I'm going to leave that with you, and I really do appreciate you taking a look at this. Thanks for joining, Julia and Anne, and I will see y'all later. Okay, thank you. Bye. Hello. Hey. Who are you? No way. Um, yeah. Sorry, hang on.